So you saw the point guards list, you saw the shooting guards list. Now we're here at the position that has the two best players playing in the game right now, small forward position. You want to hear my top 5? You already know the top 2. What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. You've been watching the last 2 days. You saw my top 5 point guards list. You saw my top 5 shooting guards list. If you didn't see those, make sure you check those videos from the last 2 days. Today we're getting into the top small forwards list. Now, as we get into the wing position and the big positions, I know with the positions it can be kind of tricky. Some people say, oh, this guy's a power forward. No, this guy's a center. Or he's not a 3, he's a 2. He's not a 2, he's a 3. Whatever. All right, some of you might disagree with the positioning, but you'll get it once I go through the whole list. The positions are different. I might have a guy at the 3 who you think's a 2. Understand, just by the way that I do it, just go off of that. Just go off the way that I do it. The positions don't really matter, because once you get in the game, it ain't like you stuck doing certain things because the position you play how you play. So now we getting into the small forward position. Top 5 here. It wasn't really hard for me to come up with a top 5. I had to get them in some type of order. That was kind of tricky because you got players with injuries, players who haven't done much winning. You got players who's done a lot of winning but doesn't do a lot of individual, at least so far. So I had to kind of project a little bit. Let me get right into it without further ado. My top 5 small forwards. We're going to go from number 5 to number 1. Number 5 small forward in the NBA going into the season, I got to go with Kawhi Leonard of the San Antonio Spurs. I would not have picked Kawhi Leonard had it not been for his MVP performance in the NBA Finals. He went head-to-head with LeBron James. I wouldn't say he stopped LeBron James. He did outshine him because he won. He didn't shut down LeBron. He wasn't killing LeBron, but he went head up with LeBron and he came out victorious. Not only victorious, but the MVP. And that matters. So I had to give Kawhi Leonard that, and I think the confidence that he got, the confidence boost he got, and the confidence his teammates will have in him after the way he played in the finals, he's going to do a whole lot more this year. I think he will be an all-star this February at the All-Star game. Number 4, Paul George. Now, we all know what happened to Paul George, the freak injury he had playing for Team USA in Vegas. He's out for the season, but Paul George was in the MVP consideration the first month and a half of the season last year, first 2 months of the season. He still is a great player. Even though he's injured, he's out for the season, he's not even going to play. I had to put Paul George a hair above Kawhi Leonard just because of what Paul George was doing for the Pacers last year before they kind of took a nosedive. I don't know if Kawhi Leonard could have did that for the Pacers had he been on the team. Had he been in Paul George's place, I don't know if he could have carried them the way Paul was carrying them. So I had to put Paul George ahead of Kawhi for that reason. Number 3, Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks. Carmelo has not done much winning in his career. Carmelo's got out the first round, what, 1 time? Twice? I think he got out the first round twice. They beat the Celtics when he was with the Knicks, and when he was with Denver, they went to the conference finals, I think, against the Lakers, and they lost. It was the conference finals or semifinals, whatever. Melo hasn't done a lot of winning. He's been on bad teams in New York. He re-signed with the Knicks. I mean, money talks. I ain't mad at him. I would have took the money too to stay in my hometown. But Melo's a damn good scorer. Melo can get you 30 points a night. He can score on anybody. He can score from anywhere. He doesn't need anybody to set up his shot. He's not much of a passer. He's not much of a defender, but the boy puts the ball in the basket. Melo is one of the best players in the league. He can go head up with anybody else on this list in a game, and he's going to get 30 if he wants to get 30. Nobody can deny that. So Carmelo is number 3, and I think he is. I still put him above Kawhi, and I put him above Paul George. As the season goes on, hey, that may change. Number 2 and number 1. I mean, only way any of you don't know who the number 1 and number 2 guys are. You might not know the order, but you know it got to be these 2 guys. If you don't know who these 2 guys are, I have no idea why you're watching this video. The top 2 people at the small forward position, I'm not even going to waste time telling you why I put the order. I'm going to give you the order. Number 1 is LeBron James, and number 2 is Kevin Durant. Now, some people think Kevin Durant is above LeBron James, but that's kind of ridiculous because LeBron James has 2 championships. He's lost in the finals twice, so he's been to the finals 4 times. And he got, what, 4 MVP awards? Kevin Durant has been to the finals once against LeBron, and he lost. So that alone tells me that LeBron's better. One time KD went to the finals, he lost to the guy who's ahead of him. So how you could put KD ahead of LeBron at this point, I couldn't fathom that. KD has 1 MVP award, LeBron has 4 MVP awards. KD got the scoring thing, but LeBron pretty much got every other category: rebounding, passing, defensive impact, overall team carrying team ability, and LeBron's back in Cleveland this year. So I'm going to go with LeBron James over Kevin Durant as the #1 small forward. If any of you have any discrepancies with that list, Kawhi Leonard #5, Paul George #4, Melo #3, KD #2, LeBron James #1. If you have any discrepancies with that list, did I leave somebody out? Should I put somebody else in? Not about position. If you think somebody plays at 2, but I had him at the 3, you think they're 4, but I had him at the 3, or they're 3 and I had him at the 4. I don't care about that. That doesn't really matter. That's all semantics. If you think the list should have been different for some reason, there's a player I left out, some NBA small forward that I didn't put on this list, who should it be? What spot should they be on? Or whom should they replace? Let me know in the comments down here, and also tweet me at Dre all day. Let me know what you think of this list. That's the small forward. So we did the 1 position, we did the 2, we did the 3. Tomorrow we're gonna get into the power forward position, my top 5. Work on your game, Dre all day. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you check back next week for another Q&A video where I take your questions. All my most popular videos are up here. Follow me on your favorite social networks over here, and make sure you are subscribed to catch all my new content coming out every day on this channel. Work on your game.